What's up, guys? It is John from Side Hustle Experiment. Today's video, we are breaking down October's sales. I know I'm a little late to the party, been super busy, but we did over $53,000, down from last month. Not thrilled about that, but I'm gonna kind of break down how much we kind of made out that, like profit margin wise, kind of how the month went. It was kind of a weird month. Kind of things I'm doing moving forward. We'll talk a little bit Q4, and yeah, who knows? We might just throw something else in there. Let's just get into it. So we did $53,000. The month before we did 55. So we were down about 4% according to the seller app at like 10 p.m. on October 31st. Yeah, so a big part of that was one piece of it was we only spent $20,000 the month prior. So whenever you don't spend that much money, you should expect your sales to go down. That's just how it works. You gotta spend the money to make money in this business. And I stopped buying apparel. So I haven't bought any apparel for the last 6 to 8 weeks. I was looking at Inventory Labs and the returns are pretty high. I don't sell any shoes. It's just all pretty much, I don't know, random apparel stuff. It's about 15%, which seems to be about average, from what I hear from people, from the stuff I'm selling. Not thrilled about that number. I did have full transparency. I was going to make this huge rant video how I'm getting out of apparel. And I did post on Instagram about it. But then a couple people like DM me and were kind of like, you might want to rethink this. You know, there is a lot of opportunity there. Maybe you're buying some of like stuff that's more prone to returns. Someone gave a tip, like if anyone mentions sizes in any reviews, they don't buy it. So if someone's like, oh, it fits great, like that's good. But if like 3 people are like, oh, like it's too long, they don't buy it, even if a majority of the reviews are positive. So that was good. And I did actually go through Inventory Labs and kind of go through and see exactly kind of what sizes were getting returned versus other sizes. So that is only just one kind of metric. I'll probably make another video on that. I don't want to kind of talk about it now because it's like not a solid metric. Like I don't have enough around it, I don't think anyway. So I think I'm gonna give it one more go and see what happens. It's definitely been rough on the spend goal. When you're buying things that are $40 and $50, it's really easy to spend $1,000, $2,000 a day, versus when you're buying things that are $20, $30. It's just not as easy. And also with when you're buying one-off items, not one-off, they could be like replenishables, but when you're buying clothing, you know, you have all these different sizes and colors. So if you find one good lead, you could probably buy it in 4 colors, maybe 2 or 3 sizes. So now all of a sudden, like one lead turns into like 8 to 10. And I kind of got used to that. I did spend a good bit of time, probably like the last 6 to 8 months, really learning apparel. So I don't necessarily think that it is, what should I say? Just to toss it away. Maybe I have to tweak what I'm doing. And I think this is a big lesson for me. And this is just based on my experience. Like I can make a video tomorrow and say I'm never selling apparel again. This is just kind of like in the moment, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. I'm just gonna try to do more documentation of how this journey is going. Because I find that to be the most helpful content. I don't see a lot of people do it. I know it's not the most popular content for views and stuff like that, but I'd rather be helpful than have like a bunch of people view it of me sitting at a computer screen just saying, hey, like you could buy this or whatever. Sorry, I digress. But yeah, so it kind of has been a big like kind of thinking or revelation for me is like it's really hard to say something doesn't work, or like for example, I know people who are doing really well with apparel, and because I talk to them, I assume they're telling me the truth. I don't know why they would lie about it. They do say like 15% returns is about normal. So I mean that's just one thing to keep in mind, that maybe you're doing it wrong and I'm doing it wrong. I'm not saying you, I'm saying me. Like maybe I'm buying the wrong stuff, buying the wrong sizes, all that stuff, and you don't know until you know. That is why you definitely do test buys. We had about $5,000 of returns in apparel. Now that does not mean that we're out that money. One of the issues is it sucks for cash flow, because what's going to happen is people say, hey, we want to return this. We don't like how it fits. We don't like the material, whatever. And what happens? Amazon gives them their money back right away. And then, I don't know if you ever bought something. I don't return many things, to be honest. I usually just, I don't know. If there's nothing majorly wrong with something, I just like keep it or deal with it. Obviously it was very high end, I wouldn't. But if I had to return something, it's usually not at the top of my to-do list. So I'm not running to the post office or running to Kohl's to return my Amazon package. I'm like, hey, when I get to it, I get to it. So it's not like in a merchant fulfilled situation where you don't have to issue the return until you get the item back. That's how it worked with books anyway. I'm not sure if they changed that policy. But as soon as almost like the tracking said that I got the book back, they took it out. So yeah, so there is stuff that's been marked returned for, I don't know, 3-4 weeks. Is the person really going to return it? I have no idea. I'm sure Amazon has a policy for the return window. So maybe if, they take that money back from the person, I don't really know. But just something to think about if you're thinking about getting into apparel, the returns, definitely bank on that. If you're going to buy, like, make sure you're making some profit. I would probably suggest at least 30%, maybe like $10-ish, just because you're going to get returns. And if you're making like $3 on it and you only buy 10, right? That's $30. Only one of those need to get returned to like wipe out all your profit. So just keep that in mind. We also did a lot of diversifying into different categories. So we're kind of looking at different areas, what might be better than apparel. So we did a decent job. Apparel accounted for about 33% of the sales of October. So, we did a better job. There was one point, I think it was maybe last month, the month before that, where it was like almost 70%. So we made some headway there, not totally there yet. Hence one of the reasons why I'm probably going to give apparel one more go around, and try to like see how that going. But I have learned the hard way that you don't want to, like, apparel is making me money, all right? Like, the returns suck. I would rather make a lot more money, but it's still making money. And I made that mistake, like, transitioning from books to OA. I just totally cut out books totally, which really hurt cash flow. I made OA tougher to grow without that cash. I should have just worked almost harder. Did the books like I was normally doing it, and do OA at night and kind of learn it slowly. And then once I got rid of the warehouse, just do OA full time. But, I probably wouldn't be where I am now OA wise if I did that. So it is what it is. But that is kind of why I'm going to kind of give it one more go around and see how it goes. And those numbers aren't necessarily final, because that stuff will sell. most likely it should probably come in new, or if the customer damages it, Amazon will pay me out for that. So that's always something to be on the lookout for. What else happened this month? I got rid of one VA. It just wasn't working out. It just wasn't working out. And ideally, I would like to always, if I could, like pass them along to someone else. But I don't know. I just didn't feel right doing that in this situation. So yeah, that happened. I kind of moved the video VA to part-time as well, just because there's just a lot going on right now. And when I hired the video editor, had all these huge, like, big ideas, and then I realized, like, how much time that would take to do. And it's basically like, it was kind of stressful, to be honest, because like I have to give him something to do. I don't necessarily have time to like sit down and like make like 5 to 10 videos for him in one shot. So that's kind of why I'm doing that. But in the new year, we kind of worked it out that he will be full-time, because things will be a lot less hectic for me. I won't have the warehouse anymore. Things will be a little calmer. So looking forward to that. What else? So that's kind of October. Looking forward to November. We've been buying. November might start off. The volume is definitely starting to pick up. Check-in times are starting to slow down on Amazon. Totally normal. That's just what happens. Oh, that's another thing that's been going on. Amazon lost a bunch of stuff. Probably about like $2,000-$3,000. Actually, maybe closer to $5,000. Worth of stuff. Basically, one of those things where the package just checked in. It had like 70 items, expensive items, and they said only one arrived. So submitted all the claims for that. That took about 4 hours. I know there are services you could use for that. I just haven't really found a good one yet. A lot of the services I have used basically will like open the ticket, and then Amazon will be like, nah, we don't have enough info, and then the service doesn't alert you, and then the case closes, and you're kind of like out of luck, which is super annoying. So I think I kind of have, I don't know, something somewhat down. So that might be something I could outsource at a later date to a VA. But again, like, I just don't have it down enough to share. So please don't ask. And then what else? Yeah, there's that. And then, yeah, Q4. Obviously, we're already in Q4. It's exciting. November, beginning of November might start a little slower, just based on the fact that in October we bought lots of Q4 stuff to sell like last week of November into December. So that is something you have to realize, that, you know, that's one of, I mean, you could just start selling, you know, keep selling stuff that sells right away, but you know, there's just some good deals out there that we wanted to pounce on. And yeah, so we did that, and we're gonna sit on that money, which we don't like to do, but you know, it's definitely the time of year to do so. So that's happening, and yeah, just really looking forward to Q4, getting ready for the next year, kind of thinking about what I want to do next year, in terms of kind of like sourcing goals, what I want to do with the VAs, and kind of definitely want to do more content and stuff like that. So yeah, just kind of getting that stuff situated. But yeah, it's going to be a busy time. I will be doing most of the prepping instead of the prep center, just because Is it a good use of time? Not really, but Q4 is really about speed. So the quicker I can get stuff to Amazon, the quicker it's going to get checked in. I'm also going to do some merchant fulfilling, or at least play around with it. Some stuff will definitely still go to the prep center, stuff that's like not Q4 related, but anything Q4 related, I'll be prepping myself. And yeah, so that would be that. And a big thing, if you're still listening to the video, you're about to get a huge tip. So thank you for being here. Think about doing manual sourcing. Manual sourcing is super key in Q4. Basically, you're searching Amazon, or you're going to like Walmart. Let's say they're doing their like Black Friday thing or whatever. You go on the site, you say, okay, they have, I don't know, Barbie on sale. So instead of you going on Amazon and reverse sourcing, which everyone talks about, I talk a lot about it, I have a lot of videos on it. Instead of doing that, you want to be going from Walmart to Amazon. You could do that using SellerAmp. You just right click, it'll bring up the item, and then you could go right to the Amazon page. If you want a free trial, links below. But basically why you want to do that is because a lot of storefronts do not have the Q4 related products you need. All they'll be buying, right? It's not in their store yet. The sales haven't really happened yet. So if the sales haven't happened, it's not in their storefront. So just keep that in mind. You want to do a lot of manual sourcing, going to these websites that have sales, looking it up manually. It's a lot more work because, you know, some of this stuff is on Amazon, some of it's not, some of it is profitable, some of it's not. But when you're doing reverse searching, you kind of have a curated list. But manual sourcing, you're definitely going to find a ton of stuff. I've been doing it probably the last, I don't know, 3-ish weeks. Definitely finding a lot of good stuff. Reverse searching is still good, but manual is going to be where it's at. So let me know what you think in the comments. How did your October go? What are you doing for Q4? Or any other thing you want to bring up? Let me know. Please like, subscribe to the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.